What's up, YouTube? It's Onion Bomb here, and welcome to my Week 16 NFL game predictions video. Now, before we get into Week 16, let's go back and recap Week 15. Now, my Week 15 prediction video wasn't the best. As I was adding it, I was like, oh my goodness. Because I could just, there were parts where I definitely sounded like I felt like crap, and I did. So I was editing something, feeling like crap, editing something that was me feeling like crap. So, yeah, I was sick last week. So it kind of showed through the predictions. But I still like managed. Even I must have made the predictions before I got sick, because I managed to go 10-6, which is actually really good. It's not the best I've done, but that's a solid record. 10-6 is really good, which brings the total to 124 to 85. Now, and there's still a decent way to go. I don't think I'm going to get my guesses incorrect into the hundreds. I don't think that there's enough time there, because there's this week and then there's next week. We're almost done with these videos, because I'm going to have this video, and then I'm going to have the Week 17 one, and then I'm going to have a playoff and Super Bowl prediction video. And then I'll probably make a video about, like, talking about the outcome of the playoffs and stuff. So, and then explaining what I want to do next year for football on my YouTube channel. But that's going to come at a later date. That's like a month or so away. So, let's focus on the predictions. Sorry to get a little off topic. Just felt I need to say all that. The Broncos beat the Colts. I got that right. The Lions beat the Bears. I got that right. The Chiefs beat the Chargers. I got that wrong. Thinking back on it, I probably made the wrong call there, but whatever. Eagles beat the Giants. Giants put up a little bit of a fight there, but they couldn't get it done. I got that right. The Vikings beat the Bengals. I got that right. Ravens beat the Browns. Oh, shocker. I got that right. The Redskins beat the Cardinals. I got that wrong. The Panthers beat the Packers. Even with Aaron Rodgers, I got that right. I think he played, because now he's on injury reserve. So, did he get re-injured? I don't know what happened there. I got that right. The Saints beat the Jets. I got that right. The Bills beat the Dolphins. I got that wrong. The Jaguars creamed the Texans. I got that right. The Rams creamed the Seahawks. I got that wrong. Jeez, I thought that was going to be a way closer game than it was. But, oh well. And that game right there, folks, that makes me take back my prediction that the Seahawks will to regain their division. The Rams will be the winners, and the Seahawks will be a potential wild card. Same thing with the Jaguars and Titans. I thought the Titans were going to overtake the Jaguars, but then I recently took that prediction back, and I'm taking this one back too. Surprising, but it's whatever. The 49ers beat the Titans. I got that wrong. Jeez, Jimmy Garoppolo. Oh my gosh, they should have signed him at the beginning of the season. Yeah, he's turning like a team that was pretty much at Cleveland Browns status to not Cleveland Browns status. The Patriots beat the Steelers. I got that right. But I should have. And you guys, everybody knows what I'm about to say here. It was a catch. I don't care what anybody says. That was a catch. The Patriots sure got beating the Steelers. I sure have gone 9-7 instead of 10-6. Because I did. Sorry, I still have a little bit of the cough I had. Because I did take the Patriots against the Steelers, but I did not think they were going to win like that. And oh my god, I'm still so disappointed thinking of it. Oh, there were still 28 seconds, and it was Tom Brady against our defense. So hey, maybe even if we got the touchdown, maybe we still would have lost. But I would like to think we would have won. I don't know. It's just garbage, man. That was a horrible call. So I've only really seen Patriots fans say it wasn't a catch. Everyone else, like even like not Steelers fans, I've seen a Patriots fan say it was a catch. So I don't. That was clearly a catch. I don't know. Antonio Brown got hurt. But, you know, Martavis stepped up a bit. Juju stepped up a bit. I'm not too concerned there. I'm just concerned about Antonio and his personal being. I hope he's all right. But, yeah, without Shazier, without Joe Hayden, and without Antonio Brown for most of the game, that was really good. I'm definitely proud of the Steelers there. I hope we can get done in the playoffs because we're most likely going to see them. The Cowboys beat the Raiders. I got that wrong. I think I have way too much faith in the Raiders because everybody like hyped up the Raiders at the beginning of the season, like in the preseason and stuff. I think that got to my head all season because I've seen myself a lot picking the Raiders and they have just not been winning. I think I'm a little bit biased towards the Raiders. I'm not a Raiders fan whatsoever. I just the influence around me kind of got me a little bit biased about them. And then the Falcons beat the Buccaneers. I got that right. Only by 3, though. So, yeah, those were the Week 15 games and their results. Now, let's move on to the Week 16 games, and let's see what I have for predictions. Alright, so Week 16, the week of Christmas NFL games. Starting off with Saturday football. No Thursday this week. But Saturday, the Ravens and the Colts. And I'm going to take the Ravens, unfortunately. The Colts just... Or the Colts, they're this season, they're just in it with, like, the Browns down there. They're better than the Browns, but they're not much better after that. With Andrew Luck, would have been a little bit of a different story, but... They definitely have been tweaking this year. And the Ravens look like they have an easy end of the season, which worries me for the playoffs. Hopefully someone can overtake them and get them out of the wild card. I wish I could take the Colts here, but that would just be me being too biased. It looks like the Ravens will win this game. They just seem like they have the better team. And their defense has been playing pretty well. Alright, next game is a game that I would have taken a different option here if something didn't happen, which I'll explain in just a second. It's the Vikings and the Packers, and keyword was going to take the Packers and say this was going to be a game that the Vikings lose before the season of the playoffs. But that was before Aaron Rodgers was placed on injury reserve. Now, like I said earlier this week, I have no idea what happened. I'm not sure if he got re-injured. I'm not sure if they're just doing that for safety. But he's on injury reserve. He's not playing. So I have to take the Vikings because they're just a better team without Aaron Rodgers, without a doubt. With Aaron Rodgers, they might have not been the better team. I think they would have lost this one, but because Aaron Rodgers won't be playing, the Vikings will win this one and add another win before they enter the playoffs because I'm pretty sure they clinched their division already and clinched the playoff spot. Alright, next up, Rams and Titans. Of course, I got the Rams. The Rams coming off an extreme victory against the Seahawks. And the Titans coming off a loss to the 49ers. So, yeah. Clearly, the Rams are a better team. And the Rams have just been so really just a great team this season. Titans have been, all over the place. They've been pretty good, but then they've been playing like crap. And I know they gave the Browns a game. I'm not sure what's going on with the Titans, but just the Rams are definitely better than the Titans. So, I'm going to take the Rams, and they're going to win this game. Alright, next up, the Bills and the Patriots. And, of course, I got the Patriots because I know the refs will not let them lose that game, just like they did with the Steelers. But, of course, they're the Patriots. And the Bills, I mean, if the Dolphins can do it, I guess the Bills could beat the Patriots, but I don't see that likely. I wish they would, but I know they're not. So I'm taking the Patriots. Alright, next up, the Browns and the Bears. And I'm going to take the Bears, even though I can see Cleveland winning this game. Honestly, watch the Bears beat the Ravens, the Bears beat the Steelers, and the Bears beat the Bengals. Watch them lose to the Browns. The Bears have been, they just really have not been good. The AFC North just completely choked to them. But yeah, I think the Bears, in all seriousness, I think the Bears will beat the Browns, unless the Browns can squeeze out a victory against what might be the Steelers' backups, which might not even be the Steelers' backups, because we might be playing to not play in the wild card round. So the Browns might be playing 0-16 this year, and they might not even get a win. Wouldn't be surprising at all. Alright, next up is going to be a pretty good game. It's the Falcons. I don't even know where I got the Vikings. The Falcons and the Saints. I'm going to take the Saints. Both teams have been playing really good this season. Falcons started off so-so. And they have their so-so moments. They almost lost to the Buccaneers. So I think they're not quite the better team. So I'm going to be taking the Saints. I have running backs on each team on my fantasy. I have Devonta Freeman and I have Mark Ingram. So hopefully they both eat each other up. Okay. This is getting weird. I got the Saints. That's all you need to know. Let's move on. Alright, next up, Lions and Bengals. I've got the Lions, the Bengals. They're just the Browns with black, No, I'm kidding. But, they're not really that good. Not really, especially this season. Lions could be looking better this season, but they're definitely better than the Bengals, so they're going to win this. Yeah, I see them winning this. I think it's too late for the Lions to make the playoffs. But, hey, they're definitely closer to making the playoffs than the Bengals are. So, they will be winning this. Alright, next up, Buccaneers and Panthers. I'm going to pick the Panthers. It might be close like the Falcons, but there's no way the Panthers, with their close playoff race against the Saints and the Falcons, all three in that division. The Buccaneers are the one team that's like, yeah, no, they're not making the playoffs. The NFC South is elite besides them. So the Panthers can't afford a loss, so I say they win this one. Like I said, probably will be close like the Falcons and the Bucs were, but I think the Panthers are going to come up on top, and I see them making the not Super Bowl. I see them making the playoffs, whether that's winning their division or having a wild card. All right, next up, Dolphins and Chiefs. I'm going to be taking the Chiefs just because Dolphins, they somehow beat the Patriots. But looking at the season overall, they haven't really been the best. The Chiefs completely choked, but I think they're starting to come back, and I think they're going to continue to come back with this game as, final playoff runs are coming to an end here, as the season is coming to an end here in general. Plus, the Dolphins let me down last week. I knew they were. I should have picked the Bills, because I knew, this is too good. I was like, oh yeah, the Dolphins earned my respect after being the Patriots. They can win this game. I knew they weren't, and they didn't. Oh well, they're not going to win this one either. The Chiefs are going to win. Alright, next up, Broncos and Redskins. I'm gonna take the Redskins. This was kind of hard to pick just because these teams are both pretty mediocre. Even though the Broncos have been winning a little bit lately, they're actually pretty bad, surprisingly, with their defense. But I don't know. I feel like the Redskins can get this done because I think they have the better offense here. I don't think the defense can solely do it on their own. So yeah, I'm gonna pick the Redskins here. Alright, next game, Chargers and Jets. I'm going to take the Chargers. Josh McCown, I believe, is still injured for the Jets. The Jets shouldn't have even been doing as good as they are this season. They didn't look like it, but they have been. But I think it stopped after Josh McCown got injured. And the Chargers, I think they still have some hope of making the playoffs. So I just think they're going to win this game. The Jets are just really bad without Josh McCown, and they weren't even the best with him, so they're going to be even worse without him. All right, next up, Jaguars and 49ers. I'm going to take the Jaguars. The 49ers have been really surprising and doing really good with Jimmy Garoppolo, but I think their reign ends here just because the Jaguars have been so elite lately. They've been so good teams like the Seahawks, even earlier this season, my Steelers, and they came out of nowhere. They clinched the playoffs. They clinched the division, I think, and I think they're going to win this one. If they lose to the 49ers, I'll be very surprised because they're way better than the 49ers, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think the Jaguars will beat the 49ers. All right, next up, Seahawks and Cowboys. I'm going to take the Seahawks bouncing back from their Rams loss. I think the Seahawks are going to make this playoff somehow. I keep wanting to say Super Bowl, but I think the Seahawks will make the playoffs somehow. The Cowboys, I think it's a little bit too late for them. I think losing Ezekiel Elliott really hurt them. I'm not sure if he's done for the season with the suspension or if he's coming back or something. That I'll have to look into a little bit more. Well, actually, it's too late because I'm making the prediction. But I think the Seahawks will win this regardless, just because I don't know. I have faith the Seahawks are gonna make the Super Bowl. Keep saying the playoffs. I don't know who's gonna make the Super Bowl yet. But yeah, Seahawks will win that, I think. It could go either way, though. I could see the Cowboys winning that. All right, next up, Giants and Cardinals. I'm taking the Cardinals. Both are pretty bad teams. Both are hit hard with injury. But the Cardinals have just been more surprising than the Giants. The Giants, they're 2-12. The Cardinals have way more than 2 wins. The Cardinals seem better than the Giants, even with all their injuries. They're gonna beat the Giants. It's just both teams got unlucky. Both teams weren't really that good to start out with, so yeah, I think the Cardinals win. Alright, now we're into Christmas Day with my game, the Steelers and the Texans. I'm gonna take the Steelers because they're the Steelers. And they're way better than the Texans without Deshaun Watson. This would have been very interesting with Deshaun Watson. But, no Deshaun Watson. No J.J. Watt either. Even without them, there's still some scary people like Lamar Miller. Because, anyone can run over the Steelers. Trust me, I know. And the defense, like Javion Clowney and everyone else. But I think the Steelers can win this one, and they need it if they want to beat out Jacksonville for not playing in the wild card. But I have faith the Steelers will win this. Alright, the last game, Monday Night Football, and of course, Christmas Night Football. The Raiders and the Eagles. And I'm going with the Eagles, because not only have the Eagles have been really good and still good with Nick Foles, I've been taking the Raiders way too much this season, and this is definitely a game that the Raiders are gonna lose. The Raiders have definitely been disappointing to a lot of people, especially coming from last season, them doing pretty good. Yeah, the AFC West just took a downturn from last season. Everyone except the Chargers. Chargers They didn't do good last season, but they're doing alright this season. But, yeah, Eagles are winning this game even with Nick Foles. If they don't, I'm going to be mad because I've taken the Raiders so many times, and the one time I don't, they're probably going to win. Yo, that is going to happen. It almost makes me want to take the Raiders now, but I'm not. I'm sticking with the Eagles. So those are my game predictions for week 17. I'm sorry, week 16. Not quite 17 yet of the NFL season. I have the Ravens beating the Colts, the Vikings beating the Packers, the Rams beating the Titans, the Patriots beating the Bills, the Bears beating the Browns, the Saints beating the Falcons, the Lions beating the Bengals, the Panthers beating the Buccaneers, the Chiefs beating the Dolphins, the Redskins beating the Broncos, the Chargers beating the Jets, the Jaguars beating the 49ers, the Seahawks beating the Cowboys, the Cardinals beating the Giants, the Steelers beating the Texans, and the Eagles beating the Raiders. Those are my predictions. If you want to see how I did, make sure you check out week 17 prediction video of mine. See how I do, because I'm going to recap week 16 like I did with week 15 on this video. And yeah, this video is much better than week 15 because I'm feeling a lot better. So yeah, and I'm probably not going to post anything from now until Christmas. So I just want everyone to know Merry Christmas for these Christmas predictions. And yeah, I hope everything goes good. I hope the Steelers win. But yeah, we're coming down to an end of this NFL season. We have one last prediction week left. We have week 17. But then after, I will be making a couple more videos on this. I'll be making a playoff prediction video, and of course I'll be making a video like recapping the results of the playoffs and comparing my predictions. And I'm not sure if this is gonna be a separate video or this in the recap of the playoffs, but I want to explain what I want to do with like videos in this next season for the NFL, because I have a couple things kind of planned that I want to do for the NFL videos next season, but I know that's a long way away. But yeah, I'll have to think about it. I'm getting ahead of myself, and I'm also repeating myself from earlier. So I'm just gonna end it here, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like or dislike, subscribe or don't subscribe. You know, it's always up to you. And I'll see you guys in the next video you watch of me. Goodbye.